Welcome to my retreat formula. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. My retreat formula is pretty unique and special, and today I wanted to share it with you because I know there are a lot of options out there for yoga retreats, and there's so many different ways in which people organize them and take them. And I've been doing this for 10 years, so I wanted to take a second to tell you about what my retreats are like. This is my retreat formula. Thank you so much for tuning in. Close your eyes for a moment. And imagine this. You step off a plane, the warm air hits your skin, and by the time you drop your bags in your room, something shifts. In that moment when you first go on vacation and you enter this perfectly placed hotel room, everything is neat and crisp, and you immediately exhale. It's like that type of exhale you've been waiting for, the weight of just all your to-do lists, your responsibilities, the constant buzzing in our worlds and our minds, everything just melts. I love that feeling when you first go on vacation and you check into that hotel room. And that's the magic that I try to capture on my yoga retreats. It's been something I've been refining for years. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. And in this video, I want to share with you what my retreat formula is and what I've kind of curated over the years. I've developed a system that's super simple. It's very uncomplicated, just like my classes, if you've ever taken them. Maybe you haven't and you're just learning about my style. I've learned from a lot of trial and error. I've failed, I've succeeded. It's the way that I design my retreats, though, that actually make them so special and give you space to let go. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why a retreat can feel like the medicine you need for your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, whatever you want to, whatever terminology resonates with you. Because here's the truth. Most of us are really tired. Like, not just physically tired, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Our rest in today's world isn't really rest. It's errands, it's cooking, it's cleaning, it's scrolling, it's catching up on things. And sometimes we might be in a place where our physical body is resting because we're lying down, but we're scrolling, so our mind is still going, or we're reading something or listening to something. And our nervous system doesn't truly get that break because we really don't have time to give ourselves that space where nothing is required of us. And without that, what really happens is the stress just keeps kind of layering on in different formats, in different ways. Even the pressure to go see people, to visit family, to hang out with friends, that all adds up. And what happens is we tend to ignore, or we cover it up, or we just try to keep showing up, and we maybe lose our temper in certain situations, or we start to feel uninspired in work, or we feel like we're just living life on autopilot where every day just feels like Groundhog Day. Every week has the same rhythm and the same routine, and we just kind of feel stuck. And instead of really taking that time to stop and refuel, we just kind of keep running on empty. It's like when the gas light goes on the car and there's no gas station in sight. And so this is where I've learned over the years for students who have come on my retreats is the biggest thing that they take away is that it's almost like just pushing pause for a second on everything. It's a hard reset. And what you're not going to get on my retreat is a packed schedule and a full checklist of activities. But you're going to get space where the formula is really simple. And it's eat, yoga, sleep, repeat. You truly have time to do less, to do nothing, to breathe, to just go with your flow of whatever it is that you want to do without any demands pulling on you. There's no laundry, there's no cooking, there's no cleaning, there's no chores, there's no errands. You finally get to experience a sense of stillness, of reconnecting to yourself, and just kind of deciding intuitively, what do I actually feel like doing in this morning, in this moment? What do I actually feel like doing in this moment? It's a reset. You get to kind of chill, and it's really nice. The gift of nothing seems so simple, but that's truly what you're going to get on my retreats. I've seen the retreats that go the other way. So I have a very intentional rhythm. I have a very spacious structure. So like I said, the rhythm is super simple. It's eat, practice, rest. No overscheduling. There's tons of free time, and it's on purpose. Like I literally look through the schedule and be like, okay, free time. This is your time. When do you ever give yourself free time? It's in those moments that your nervous system finally gets to let go. I always look for places that have really beautiful rooms, really healthy meal. There's a sense of luxury to my retreats. This is something I've learned over the years. I've tried the eco-friendly retreats, and I sometimes like to rough it out a bit too, but I know that a lot of you don't. You're at a stage in your life where roughing it out isn't what you need. It's rest. And so I specifically pick retreats that have this element of luxury to them, that have this element of everything being taken care of for you, because it's the thing that we're missing the most. The most challenging part about rest is that it's not measurable. We can't track it in any way. There's nothing that gives us that egoic satisfaction or validation of like, yes, this rest is working. It's truly just a feeling, right? And then in order to make sure we capture that feeling, my retreats are grounded in some element of luxury, right? It's again that moment when you first check into a hotel room and you see that everything is just placed perfectly, and all you want to do is drop your bags, kick your shoes off, and plop down on the bed. That's the feeling I want for you to have on my retreats, whether it's here in Ontario, whether it's in Costa Rica, even my Portugal retreat for next summer. The concept is very similar. While the Portugal retreat will have some excursions built in, there's going to be very intentional time for you to just like rest and chill, and all the travel to the excursions is going to be taken care of. I know this system works because I've seen it. It works for me too. Even though I'm the one teaching you and organizing the retreat, I still get that feeling of letting go of my everyday life and letting go of the chores and those responsibilities of being a parent, a single dad of two. I'm so grateful for my co-parent because we're able to organize trips and travel on her end, on my end. And, I know that my kids are safe. So that's obviously a blessing that I have. But yoga and retreats have been my anchor through all these different seasons. Whether it's been career changes in my 20s and in my 30s, whether it's been entering marriage or entering parenthood, and even the breakdown of my marriage. These have been some of the hardest, biggest waves in my life to like get over and swim through. And I don't know how I would have done it without yoga. And this is the thing that I've learned through all of those challenges. One, there's more coming down the pipeline. Life is not done giving me challenges. And the fact is that challenges and stress are absolutely unavoidable. My kids are going to get older. They're going to have bigger problems. They're going to go off on their own. I'm going to have to deal with empty nest syndrome. My job might get more stressful. How do I make financial goals meet when my kids have bigger needs? All these things, I've seen through students who've come of all different ages and all different stages of life. We all have this stress and this busyness and this expectation, this challenge of life that we're trying to navigate, right? We've had guests on retreats just talk about on their way out when they're coming home, how much lighter they feel, how much they needed this break, how energized they are going back to whatever it is that they're going back to. People have made important decisions that they were weighing, whether to stay in a relationship or enter a relationship, whether to change careers or not change careers. People have really found these retreats to be profound and to be that anchor as they navigate all these different maps and roads in life. Yoga has taught me just that. The stresses and the challenges are part of life. These waves are going to constantly come, right? How do we handle all these with a sense of calm, a sense of centeredness, a sense of being able to breathe through them all, right? So if you've been feeling, that life is pulling you in all these different directions and that you need a hard reset, that's what my yoga retreats are going to be. Again, I can't speak to other people and other retreats, but these retreats are not to get better at handstands. They're not here to push yourself harder. We'll do some challenging classes for sure, but the intention is clear, and that's to soften into it, to find rest, to remember what it feels like to be at ease, and then try to integrate that back into our lives post-retreat. So it's not just 1 week in time, there's an integration piece that's going to linger with you afterwards. So if you're curious, make sure you get on my newsletter list or check out my retreat lineup on my website. Newsletter folks will always get early bird windows, early bird discounts, and that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, your cup deserves to be full, and that's what yoga teaches us. Yoga teaches us that once we take care of ourselves, then we are able to care for other people. Then we are better able to serve those around us, right? So there's an element of you deserve to be selfish here so that you can actually be selfless and give back. I hope that hits. I hope that lands. I hope to see you on a retreat sometime. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in a numerous amount of ways, whether it's commenting on here, you could email me through my website, you could respond to a newsletter, you could DM me on Instagram. I truly would love to hold this space for you if it's something you need. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Peace, love, namaste.